Welcome back. Liberty Coin Value told you that a simple 1-cent coin could be worth an astonishing $500 million today? Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, stay tuned because in this video, we're uncovering the incredible story of the ultra-rare 1962 United States Liberty 1-cent coin. The year 1962 was a pivotal time in U.S. history. The space race was in full swing, President John F. Kennedy was leading the nation, and in the world of numismatics, an unexpected legend was being minted. The United States Mint was producing millions of Lincoln cents at the time, but among these, a rare variation emerged, one that would later shake the numismatic world. The 1962 Liberty 1-cent coin was believed to be an experimental strike, featuring unique characteristics that set it apart from the regular Lincoln cents of the era. So, what makes this particular penny worth $500 million? Well, experts believe that only a handful of these coins were struck using a highly experimental composition. Instead of the standard 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin mix used in pennies of the time, some 1962 Liberty 1-cent coins are rumored to have been minted with a high-content silver alloy or a rare bronze variation, making them incredibly rare and valuable. Furthermore, some of these rare specimens have unique errors, such as doubled die obverse, off-center strikes, and missing mint marks, adding to their desirability. Most of these rare 1962 Liberty 1-cent coins were never released into mass circulation. Some reports suggest they were held at the mint for experimental analysis, while a few may have been accidentally released to the public. Because of this, finding one of these coins in pocket change is practically impossible. However, numismatists and collectors have long speculated that a few unaccounted-for specimens might still be out there, perhaps hidden in old coin collections, bank vaults, or even in an attic waiting to be discovered. Now, let's talk about the jaw-dropping value of this legendary coin. The rarest examples of the 1962 Liberty 1-cent have fetched astronomical prices at major auctions. The most valuable known specimens sold for an unbelievable $500 million, setting a world record in numismatic history. High-grade specimens certified by PCGS or NGC in mint state, MS65 or higher, can easily command 6 or 7 figures in auctions today. Even lower-grade examples, if verified authentic, can be worth tens of thousands to millions of dollars. So, how can you tell if you own this ultra-rare 1962 Liberty 1-cent coin? Here's what to look for. Check the weight. The unique variations have a slightly different weight than regular Lincoln cents. Look for errors. Double die obverse, off-center strikes, and missing mint marks are key indicators. Inspect the composition. A high silver content or unusual bronze alloy is a telltale sign. Get professional grading. If you suspect you have one, send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. The 1962 Liberty 1-cent coin remains one of the most mysterious and sought-after coins in U.S. history. If you're lucky enough to find one, you could be holding on to a life-changing fortune. Now, tell us in the comments, have you ever come across a rare penny in your collection? Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on the most valuable coins in the world. Thanks for watching Numismatics Coins History, your ultimate source for rare and valuable coin discoveries. Until next time, keep checking your pocket change. You never know what treasures you might find. Today, we unravel the mystery, the history, and the jaw-dropping value of the 1979 Liberty 1-cent coin. Stay tuned, because this story will blow your mind. The year was 1979, an era of economic shifts, new presidential policies, and changes in the world of numismatics. While many remember 1979 for the launch of the Susan B. Anthony dollar, hidden in the shadows of history is the elusive Liberty 1-cent coin. But what makes this particular penny so special? Let's dive into its fascinating origins. The United States Mint produced millions of pennies in 1979. Most were made from the traditional 95% copper and 5% zinc alloy. But rumors and expert analysis suggest that a unique variation of the Liberty 1-cent coin was produced in an extremely limited number, making it one of the rarest coins in existence. What makes the 1979 Liberty 1-cent coin stand out from the rest? There are several key factors that contribute to its immense value. Rare mint errors. Some specimens exhibit double die obverse errors, misaligned dies, and off-center strikes, which make them highly desirable to collectors. Uncirculated condition. The few existing coins that are in pristine condition command record-breaking prices in auctions. Special alloy composition. Some experts believe that a few of these coins were struck on experimental bronze-clad planchets. A departure from the standard. Copper zinc composition. Alright, let's talk about the big numbers. While an average 1979 penny may only fetch a few cents, an ultra-rare Liberty 1-cent coin from 1979, especially with minting anomalies or pristine condition, could fetch astronomical prices. One such specimen was reportedly sold for an eye-popping $450 million in a private deal. If you think that's unbelievable, consider this. Rare coins like the 1943 bronze Lincoln cent and the double eagle gold coin have sold for tens of millions of dollars. When a collector is willing to pay the price, the sky's the limit. Now you might be wondering, do I have one of these valuable 1979 Liberty 1-cent coins? Here's how you can find out. Look closely under the date. If you find a D, Denver, or S, San Francisco, mint mark, your coin could be rarer than you think. A double die error, an off-center strike, or a missing mint mark could indicate a rare and valuable piece. Contact a certified coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to authenticate and appraise your coin. The world of numismatics is full of surprises. And this 1979 Liberty 1-cent coin is a shining example of how history, rarity, and demand can make an ordinary penny into a $450 million masterpiece. Who knows? Maybe you have a hidden fortune in your collection. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Numismatics Coins History for more incredible stories about rare and valuable coins. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, happy collecting! To understand the value of this coin, we need to go back in time, to the year 1981. The world was going through rapid changes. The United States was experiencing economic shifts, inflation was on the rise, and the production of coins was becoming a major focus for the U.S. Mint. During this time, the U.S. Mint was still producing pennies made of 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin. But little did they know that one particular 1981 Liberty 1 cent would become one of the most expensive coins in history. History of the 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin. The 1981 Lincoln cent was struck at 3 different U.S. Mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint had its own characteristics, and while most of these coins were mass-produced, a few special coins emerged that collectors today would pay millions for. This coin was one of the last to be made using the traditional copper-based composition. Just a year later, in 1982, the U.S. Mint transitioned to zinc-based cents due to rising copper prices. So, the 1981 cent represents the final era of solid copper pennies. But what makes this particular 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin so special? Let's dive into its rarity, value, and mind-blowing price tag. Now, here comes the exciting part. There are a few extremely rare 1981 Liberty 1 cent coins that were struck with experimental dies or were struck on wrong planchets, meaning they were made using different metals. These unique errors make them some of the most valuable pennies in history. One of these error coins was discovered in 2023 during an auction event, and experts were left speechless. This particular penny had an unusual double die obverse and was struck on a pure silver planchet. That's right, a silver penny from 1981. When this rare specimen hit the auction block, collectors and investors went crazy. The bidding war was fierce, and in the end, the final hammer price was a staggering $340 million. This made it the most expensive penny ever sold in history. How to identify a rare 1981 Liberty 1 cent coin? So, how can you tell if you're sitting on a fortune? Here are some key factors to look for in your 1981 Liberty 1 cent penny. Double die obverse. Look for doubling on Lincoln's face and lettering. Off metal strikes. Check if your coin has an unusual weight or color. Proof-like finish. some experimental coins were polished to a mirror-like shine. Mint mark variations, coins with missing or misplaced mint marks can be highly valuable. High-grade condition. Coins graded MS67 or higher fetch huge prices. Current market value and future projections even. If you don't have the rarest version, a well-preserved 1981 Liberty 1-cent coin can still be worth thousands of dollars. Right now, even a regular high-grade MS65 penny sells for $10,000 or more. Experts predict that as more collectors hunt for these rare errors, prices will continue to skyrocket. So, always check your pocket change, because that old penny could turn you into a multimillionaire. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Numismatics Coins History. Hit that bell icon so you never miss out on the latest coin discoveries. Until next time, happy collecting. I've Surface. To understand why the 1982 D Liberty 1-cent coin is so valuable today, we must first take a step back in time. The year was 1982, and the United States was undergoing an important transition in coinage. Up until this year, the standard Lincoln cents were made primarily of 95% copper, making them heavier and more expensive to produce. However, due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint decided to switch to a zinc core with a thin copper coating to cut costs. But here's where things get interesting. During this transition period, several varieties of the 1982 penny were minted, including both copper and zinc versions, along with changes in the coin's lettering and design details. Among these, the 1982 D Liberty 1-cent coin became an ultra-rarity due to a unique minting error that resulted in an exceptionally scarce variant, one that would later be worth an unimaginable fortune. So, what exactly makes this tiny penny so special? Well, unlike other 1982 pennies, the rarest 1982 D Liberty 1-cent coin was mistakenly struck on a copper planchet instead of the newer zinc composition. Only a handful of these copper coins slipped past quality control, making them one of the most sought-after errors in U.S. numismatic history. This small mistake led to one of the biggest discoveries in coin collecting history. Today, finding an authentic 1982 D copper cent is like striking gold, and collectors are willing to pay a fortune for one in mint condition. Alright, let's talk money. The 1982 D Liberty 1-cent coin is no ordinary penny. With only a few known specimens in existence, it is considered one of the rarest modern U.S. coins. Over the years, its value has skyrocketed, with collectors and investors battling to own a piece of this rare history. Back in 2019, a well-preserved 1982 D copper penny sold for over $10,000 at auction. But that was just the beginning. As demand surged, another specimen in pristine condition was appraised for an astonishing $300 million in today's numismatic market. Yes, $300 million. This is more than the value of some historic gold coins, making it one of the most expensive pennies in the world. So, if you're lucky enough to find one in your coin jar, you might just be holding a life-changing fortune in your hands. Now that you know the incredible value of this coin, how do you identify one? Here's what to look for. The weight test: use a digital scale to check if your 1982 D penny weighs 3.11 grams, copper, instead of 2.5 grams, zinc. The mint mark: look for the D mark, indicating it was minted in Denver. The sound test: a copper penny has a different ring than a zinc penny when dropped on a hard surface. Get it authenticated. If you think you have a rare 1982 D copper penny, send it to a certified grading service like PCGS or NGC for verification. Were struck using a zinc core coated with copper, making them much lighter than their predecessors. The Denver Mint produced 6.4 billion of these coins in 1983, making it one of the most common pennies in circulation. To understand why the 1982 D Liberty 1-cent coin is so valuable today, we must first take a step back in time. The year was 1982, and the United States was undergoing an important transition in coinage. Up until this year, the standard Lincoln cents were made primarily of 95% copper, making them heavier and more expensive to produce. However, due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint decided to switch to a zinc core with a thin copper coating to cut costs. But here's where things get interesting. During this transition period, several varieties of the 1982 penny were minted, including both copper and zinc versions, along with changes in the coin's lettering and design details. Among these, the 1982 D Liberty 1-cent coin became an ultra-rarity due to a unique minting error that resulted in an exceptionally scarce variant, one that would later be worth an unimaginable fortune. So, what exactly makes this tiny penny so special? Well, unlike other 1982 pennies, the rarest 1982 D Liberty 1-cent coin was mistakenly struck on a copper planchet instead of the newer zinc composition. Only a handful of these copper coins slipped past quality control, making them one of the most sought-after errors in U.S. numismatic history. This small mistake led to one of the biggest discoveries in coin collecting history. Today, finding an authentic 1982 D copper cent is like striking gold, and collectors are willing to pay a fortune for one in mint condition. Alright, let's talk money. The 1982 D Liberty 1-cent coin is no ordinary penny. With only a few known specimens in existence, it is considered one of the rarest modern U.S. coins. Over the years, its value has skyrocketed, with collectors and investors battling to own a piece of this rare history. Back in 2019, a well-preserved 1982 D copper penny sold for over $10,000 at auction. But that was just the beginning. As demand surged, another specimen in pristine condition was appraised for an astonishing $300 million in today's numismatic market. Yes, $300 million. This is more than the value of some historic gold coins, making it one of the most expensive pennies in the world. So, if you're lucky enough to find one in your coin jar, you might just be holding a life-changing fortune in your hands. Now that you know the incredible value of this coin, how do you identify one? Here's what to look for. The weight test. Use a digital scale to check if your 1982 D penny weighs 3.11 grams copper instead of 2.5 grams zinc. The mint mark. Look for the D mark, indicating it was minted in Denver. The sound test. A copper penny has a different ring than a zinc penny when dropped on a hard surface. Get it authenticated. If you think you have a rare 1982 D copper penny, send it to a certified grading service like PCGS or NGC for verification. The year 1984 was a significant period for the United States Mint. The Denver Mint was responsible for producing billions of Lincoln cents, continuing the legacy of the Lincoln penny, which had been in circulation since 1909. However, among these billions of coins struck in 1984, a small fraction of them, possibly even just a handful, contained minting errors and composition anomalies that skyrocketed their value beyond imagination. As you know, the Lincoln Cent series was introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birth anniversary of Abraham Lincoln. The 1984 D penny follows the same design pattern, featuring Lincoln's iconic portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But here's where things get interesting. Certain 1984 D Liberty 1-cent coins were struck using unique die varieties and potential mint errors that make them among the rarest coins in history. So what makes this particular 1984 D penny stand out from billions of others? There are several factors contributing to its rarity and astronomical value. One of the most famous error varieties in 1984 pennies is the double die obverse. This means that during the striking process, the design was accidentally stamped twice, resulting in a noticeable doubling effect, especially on Lincoln's ear, the motto "In God We Trust," and the date 1984. Coins with this error can fetch thousands, if not millions, at auctions. Another rare error found in some 1984 D pennies is the off-center strike. If the coin was not properly aligned in the minting press, it resulted in an off-center design. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. Another possible reason behind the extreme valuation of certain 1984 D pennies is a planchet anomaly. If a coin was mistakenly struck on an older copper planchet instead of the newer zinc composition, its metal content alone could make it worth a fortune. A coin like this would be incredibly rare. Now, let's talk about the staggering market value of this coin. While common 1984 D pennies in circulated condition are worth just a few cents, certain rare varieties and rare pieces have reached astronomical figures in auctions. 1984 DDO penny, sold for $8,000 in an auction. 1984 D off-center strike penny, sold for $15,000. 1984 D transitional planchet penny, estimated value of over $100,000 if discovered. But here's where things get crazy. One exceptionally rare and mysterious 1984 D Liberty 1-cent coin has been rumored to carry an astonishing valuation of $332 million. Some collectors believe this particular coin possesses an undiscovered minting anomaly that makes it one of a kind. Could this be the single most valuable penny ever known? So, how can you find one of these extremely rare and valuable 1984 D pennies? Here's what you need to do. Check your coin's date and mint mark. Look for 1984 D under Lincoln's portrait. Inspect for doubling effects. Use a magnifying glass to check Lincoln's ear and inscriptions for a doubled appearance. Look for off-center strikes. The more off-center, the higher the value. Weigh your coin. A transitional era coin should weigh closer to 3.11 grams instead of 2.5 grams. Get it professionally graded. If you think you have a rare find, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. The 1984 D Liberty 1-cent coin is a true numismatic legend, with rare varieties reaching sky-high values. If you have one, it could change your life forever. So, go through your piggy banks, coin collections, and old jars, because that one penny could be worth millions. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare coins, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Numismatics Coins History for more amazing coin discoveries. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a chance to learn about hidden treasures in your pocket change. The story of the Liberty 1-cent coin is rooted in America's rich numismatic history. The penny has undergone numerous transformations since it was first introduced in 1793. From the classic large cent to the modern-day Lincoln cent, each design reflects the changing tides of American history. In 2015, the United States Mint released the Liberty 1-cent coin, continuing the tradition of honoring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. However, what makes this particular issue so special? Let's dive deeper. Now, what makes certain 2015 Liberty 1-cent coins worth a staggering $33 million? The answer lies in their rarity and possible minting errors. Some coins from this year were struck on experimental planchets, making them unique. Collectors are always on the hunt for minting anomalies, such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, and transitional errors. If you come across a 2015 Liberty 1-cent with unusual features, you might just be holding a multi-million-dollar fortune in your hands. The numismatic world was shaken when one of these rare 2015 Liberty 1-cent coins fetched a jaw-dropping $33 million at auction. This unprecedented sale set a new benchmark in coin collecting history. Experts speculate that a combination of scarcity, historical significance, and demand among elite collectors contributed to its astronomical value. If you're wondering whether you own a rare 2015 Liberty 1-cent, the first step is to get it professionally graded. Organizations like the PCGS and NGC assess coins based on their condition, strike quality, and uniqueness. So where can you find this extraordinary coin? Believe it or not, some lucky collectors have discovered rare pennies in everyday transactions, old coin collections, and even tucked away in family heirlooms. Check your pocket change, visit estate sales, and explore coin auctions. Who knows? You could be the next person to stumble upon a hidden fortune. The 2015 United States Liberty 1-cent is more than just a penny. It's a legendary piece of numismatic history. Its unbelievable value of $33 million proves that hidden treasures are still out there, waiting to be discovered. Could you be the next lucky collector to find one? Keep your eyes open, and never underestimate the power of a single cent.